What is good, Nio family? It's your boy Rey-Jay back with another video, and in this video, I'm going to be talking about the one and only Nio and why I'm extremely bullish for the near-term and long-term futures for this company. I'm going to talk about what the mainstream media has been saying about Nio quite recently. I'm going to talk about what Nio has been putting on their Twitter pages, which is absolutely big news for this company, making me even more bullish. But before I do get started with all those things, before I give you guys my price prediction, I do have to mention that I'm not a financial legal or taxation expert, so do not take this as financial legal or taxation advice. Everything in this video is solely for entertainment purposes only. And also, if you guys can, please smash that like button if you want to see more videos like this. It not only benefits me, but benefits the entire Nio community as a whole. With all that said and done and out of the way, guys, let's get on with the video. So looking at Nio from the one-day chart, we are up 1.11% for the day again. We're up over 0.45% in the after hours, and Nio is absolutely crushing it. From the one-day chart, we ran all the way up to 43.55. Then we dropped down to 41.91. Then we ended up running up again to $42.73 a share, closing at 42.67, well in the green. Another green day, and Nio's looking really good right now. So from a Bollinger standpoint, we had a very significant run to the upside direction, almost touching the upper band. Then all of a sudden, we saw quite a bit of volatility right over there before we began to drop down to 41.91. The volatility continued, but we began to touch the upper band and just up our way up. And then when we closed, we touched the upper band just minutes before closing. Then, like, I would say 2 minutes right before we closed, we touched the upper band. Then we dropped just a tiny bit, but we hit the upper band at 42.73, which is a good sign of strength, so to speak. And then we dropped a little bit, but still closed really, really good above the mean price given the data from below. So that's a really good sign for Nio. It's looking pretty good right now, and I'm very, very excited. So let me bring up the MACD and RSI real quick just to show you guys what has been going on quite recently for Nio. So if I do zoom in, we can see this right over here. If I go into what just happened recently, the RSI is showing 58.52. Once again, very, very good. It's very similar to when Nio went from 38 to 44. That's a good sign of strength, and this strength is showing that Nio is gaining stronger support because this thing is ready to run. I know that we have been in this channel trading sideways for so long, but if you do zoom out a little bit, we can see that we were at 33 in the past, and we're looking really good right now. Now, why am I saying that we're looking good? And it's because there could be external things like CPI data or the overall market that could bring Nio a little bit down. But as we get closer to December 18th, 2021, I definitely see Nio having another big run. I'm very, how should I say, excited for the big run, and I'm super, super happy that it's going to happen, but it's just going to need a little bit of time as we get closer to that day. So look at these histograms right over here. The MACD flip with the 9-day moving average around the 9th of November, and then that's when we started this kind of bearish trend. But then after, we're very, very close to seeing it flip again, which means we should see a bullish trend starting quite soon. Now, this is theoretical. We should see the bullish trend, but the thing is, don't forget that there are some external things that could cause us to trade sideways for a little bit of time, but eventually I believe it's going to explode as we approach Nio Day. Remember, Nio Day is December 18th, 2021. Absolutely huge, huge, huge news. So before I give you guys my specific price predictions, let's go over some very interesting things. Right here, according to Seeking Alpha, it states that Nio stock electrifying Q3 results, and this is just the beginning. Once again, a very good article saying very good things about Nio. They're talking about many catalysts such as the ET7 release, Norway expansion, their new sedan. I mean, it's very, very awesome. They did state that they did state that they could see Nio doubling in price in the next year, and I definitely don't think it's going to take a year for us to get there. I think it's going to happen a lot sooner than that. So Nio is looking very, very strong. And for me, when we see the market cap at 64 billion, that's just a fraction of how high this thing is going to go in the future. I definitely think that the Q3 results beats both revenue and EPS estimates, showing that this company is expanding despite all of the obstacles in their way from the global chip shortage. Now, the global chip shortage right now, it still affects Nio, believe it or not, but eventually they're going to recover from it. They're just getting closer and closer. Now, their future core Q4 earnings report may not be as great because of what happened in October, but I don't think that that's nothing to worry about right now, because right now the big thing coming up is Nio Day, and I think people are getting very excited for that. Wall Street has stated that they are bullish for Nio. They gave it a 4.27 rating. Very, very bullish. That's good news in its total. Let me move on to this article from the Nasdaq that states that Nio's New York Stock Exchange. It has a road to high margins, is paved with dilutive intentions. Once again, that's very, very good news, guys. Very, very good when they showed their net losses much lower than they had anticipated. The revenue was much higher. We're seeing a 129% increase in their average earnings per share. Once again, absolutely awesome, killing it with deliveries. I mean, Nio is just absolutely crushing it. And it was noted that soon Nio will be able to manufacture 240,000 units per year. Absolutely awesome. Now, even though they're not there just yet, we do see that number coming out quite soon within the next upcoming years. And that to me is going to be awesome. Now, we do have to note that there is a global chip shortage for Nio. There are some obstacles in the way, but that doesn't change the fact that leading up to Nio Day, I'm very, very excited and very, very bullish. Now, the last article is very awesome too. It's from FX Street. It states that Nio charges higher as Citibank it provides a street high price target. Let's go, guys. It states that Citibank is now providing a price target for Nio of $87. Let's go, guys. $87 for Nio. It gained 6.7% last Thursday. It absolutely dominated it when it came to these pieces of news. And they're basically stating that they see this thing basically going to $87 by next year. And I definitely think that it may even go higher than that. Now they did initially say it should go to $70, but now they've increased it to 87. And once again, it's just going up and up and up and looking really, really good. So the last thing I want to talk about is Nio did state on their Twitter page that Nio is one of the only automakers to achieve the active guidance feature for navigation on designated roads. Once again, a big piece of news. They have a navigate on pilot feature now, making it very, very good as people are very excited for the huge news that's coming out. So, anyways, when it comes to Nio, we might see it in the 40s, but I believe that this is a discount compared to where this thing is going to go in the future. If I do exit these right now, and if I do zoom out in the 6-month chart, we could see something's very similar to a Wyckoff accumulation schematic forming right over here. It's very similar, it's not the same. And I definitely think that we could see Nio go all the way up to the 50s leading up to Nio Day. That doesn't seem as unrealistic considering that it went from the 30s up to 42 and it hit a high of 44. So I basically see Nio going that high leading up to Nio Day. And then after Nio Day, if there's a big announcement, we could continue and maybe even hit 60. And then after that, I definitely think that we might drop a little bit, especially after the Q4 earnings report. We might be back in the 50s. But then as the year continues, we'll slowly go up and up and up to the 60s and 70s and 80s. We may even hit 100 by the end of next year. That's a possibility. I definitely wouldn't be surprised if that happens, but I'm still very, very bullish. With that said and done, thank you for listening, guys. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you on the next one. Nio is going to the moon very, very soon. Thank you, and peace out.